Hi there folks, thanks for clicking onto my video today. This is Cooking with Sasha China and today I'm going to do a jollof rice. So I've never done this recipe before. I was actually speaking to a colleague of mine yesterday and he actually suggested it, and this is for you, AK. So I'm gonna make sure you've watched this so you know that you had a shout out on my channel. So right. So the ingredients are obviously long grain rice, some bell red peppers, some bay leaves, some pepper, some red onions, lots of chilies, tomato puree, all-purpose seasoning, curry powder, salt, dried thyme, and some tomatoes. Now I've been told that you can use fresh tomatoes, but you could also use a 400-gram tin of chopped tomatoes as well. Alrighty, and I'm really shaking today, I don't know why, because I haven't eaten. Alrighty, let's get cooking. Okay, so the first thing that I've done, I'm part boiling the rice there, as you can see, and I forgot to mention that at the beginning, you're going to need a bit of chicken stock as well. So what I've done here, I had some chicken bones, so I'm just boiling away some homemade chicken stock there to put into the meal. Okay, so I've done the rice and I've rinsed it off and drained it, so it's here, all ready to go. So we're just going to pop that to the side. My chicken stock, as you can see, I've now turned it off the boil. I don't know if you can see that, so that is looking fabulous. So now what we're going to do is chop up the peppers, the chilies and the onions, and then we're going to pop them into my blender here and whiz that all up. Alrighty, so I have chopped the peppers up and also the chili peppers and onions. I've also added a few Thai green chilies in there. That's only because obviously being Thai I wanted to add a bit more spice in there as well. So now what I'm going to do into you can't see there. Can you see? Can you see? You can see. Into my blender, I'm going to pop in the tin of tomatoes and blend everything up now. It won't stop recording. Okay, so I've blended up the chili peppers, the peppers and the onion and the tomatoes, and this is the end product here. I've also saved some onions for the side because now what we're going to do, I've popped on the sorry, I had to go and get my dish. I've popped some oil, not olive oil, into my cooking pot, and I'm going to add in my onions now. And once they're cooked off, we'll come back when they're ready. Alrighty. Okay, so I've fried off the onions. I've waited till they've gotten translucent, and then I've added the tomato puree, as you can see. I've squeezed about 3/4 of that in, and I'm just constantly stirring it, because obviously before you fry it off, I'm getting spat on. Turn the heat down a bit. So I'm cooking with tomatoes and I'm wearing a white t-shirt. Awkward. No, so I'm just going to keep stirring it because obviously you don't want it to burn or anything, but it's going to add a nice deep flavour. So I've been told. Like I keep reiterating, I've never made this dish before. This is all because I spoke to one of my colleagues at work and he was like, give it a good old try. So yeah, so I'm going to make it, have some for dinner, and then I'm also going to take some in for him tomorrow. So hopefully he can have a taste of it and tell me what it's like. So it's going to keep cooking that off for a little bit longer, and then we're going to add in the wet mixture that I made in my blender. Alrighty. Okay, so the tomato puree has cooked down now. I'm going to add in the pepper, tomatoes and onion mixture. I'm going to make sure that really cooks out. I don't know, can you guys actually see that? There we go. I'm going to mix that in really well. So there's quite a lot there. And then So I'm just going to let that all mix through together. Now, once I've mixed it all thoroughly together, I'm going to add in some bay leaves, some dried thyme, some salt, and also some all-purpose seasoning as well. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Alrighty, so I put in the bay leaves, the all-purpose seasoning, and what else did I put in there? The thyme and the other ingredients I popped in. And I've let the sauce cook off for about 15 minutes, so it's a lot thicker now. So you can see that there. I've just turned the heat off a bit because it was spitting everywhere and I didn't want to record while it's spitting all over me. So now I'm going to add in the part-boiled rice. I'm going to add that in. And then I'm just going to leave that to cook on a low heat. And yeah, let it do its magic. I'm just going to add in some water as well afterwards. So let me just get this rice in. Give it a good mix. Already this is looking delicious. Looking really nice and tasty. And actually it is quite spicy as well. I've made it a little bit spicier than I would have. But I think once you have it with a bit of meat and stuff, you'll be alright. So right now, there we go. So I'm mixing it all in with the sauce. Just making sure that it's all nicely coated and the flavours have just immersed themselves onto the rice. Because that's where you want it to be nice and fragrant and yummy. And I'm actually getting an arm workout doing this. Good God. Righto. So now, I'm just going to add in a bit of water because you want the water to cover the rice. Alrighty, so as you can see, I've popped in the water and it's covering the rice there. So now I'm going to leave it onto a low heat and let it cook away. And we'll come back when it's ready. Wow. Okay, so my rice is cooked and I've checked it, and unfortunately it is a wee bit overcooked, as in the rice texture, but like I say, for the first time doing this, first attempt at making Nigerian Jollof Rice, so now I'm just gonna plate it up, have a bit. I've gone completely blank of what I was gonna say. Awkward. I'm just gonna literally make have some for lunch now, and then put some in some Tupperware containers for my colleagues at work, and yeah, hopefully I'll get some good feedback from those guys. So anyway, this was Cooking with Sasha China, making Nigerian Jollof Rice. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, please like and subscribe, and please feel free to leave any comments down at the bottom. Negative, positive, doesn't bother me. I welcome all feedback. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!